Spanning a legacy of 5,000 years, the jewelry industry in India is a striking expression of country's aesthetic and cultural history. For the rulers, jewels were a statement of power, prosperity and prestige. In India, acharyas or goldsmiths often worked with their intuition, imagination and knowledge to craft amazing pieces of jewelry for pretty much every occasion or every part of the body. The fabulous body jewels, head and ear ornaments, makarakantis, exquisite diamond addiges, and fusion pieces so sought after today are masterpieces of elegance, creativity and ingenuity of our historical times. One of the legendary jewelers in India is Krishniah Chetty, a brand that has held a special place in people's hearts for over 150 years. A modest venture that had its beginnings in 1869 is today a flourishing, enviable business that has grown over 15 decades. Amongst the few in the world that has remained significant in traditional and haute couture jewelry for over 150 years. The reign of this legacy was augmented by current Managing Director of Krishniah Chetty Group, Dr. C. Vinod Hayagriv, formally joining in 1981, post completing academics from Gemological Institute of America. Dr. Vinod started by learning jewelry crafting to introduction of advanced techniques in design and manufacturing. Their high-tech training institute ensures skills are imparted to bring back lost art, combining modern European equipment, creating skill sets important for matching European and world's best finishers.
Tracing the innumerable number of clients, from the very sober to the flamboyant, from the very cost-conscious to the reckless, and tracing the traits of family members of the last 150 years has been a passion that has led me to archive, document the history of 150 years of this wonderful institution. From the time my great-great-grandfather Krishniah Chetty began his story. Initiation into the business is itself a detailed process. So much so when I first came into the business in 1976, it was no easy task because I was given the most mundane of jobs, such as counting the number of files in a storeroom, dusting them out, and reading papers which documented transactions and our clients. Therefore, one of the first things that I was given was to document the customer list of the last several decades. It actually gave me an insight into who were our clients, what did they place orders for, and what did we deliver, what were the issues. There could be accolades, there could be complaints, but all of them put together gave me a kind of a way forward.
The legend of Krishniah Chetty was established by Sri Krishniah Chetty, who began this journey by selling beads in the British ruling era. During those flourishing days, CKC, as it is popularly known, touched the life of many, including the Indian royalty across 21 and more kingdoms. They were appointed the official appointed jewelers to the royal house of His Highness Nalavadi Krishna Rajendra Badayar, the Maharaja of Mysore.
The family has been jewelers to the royal families for over 21 different kingdoms. Krishniah Chetty was appointed as the official jeweler to the Mysore Maharaja in the early 1900s. Between 1900 and 1910, we were put into examination to see if we qualify to be a jeweler to the royal family. Thanks to his patronage, we were also able to look at 21 different other kingdoms and their families and their gifting and their personal needs. From the rosewater sprinklers that we did for the family to coffee and tea sets for various kingdoms, including the Maharaja of Gondal, the Savanur, trophies for the army, the British Army and the Indian Army, making beautiful things that very few people in the world would create, including ships in silver which were gifted for the Lord Hardinge. Therefore, the history spans over 150 years, extremely significant in today's world.
The designers at Krishniah Chetty are masters of balance, form, flow and aesthetics. From creating Ganda Birunda medals, royal mementos to trophies, coffee and tea services, to swords to a life-size silver perambulator for Maharaja of Sandor. This immaculate craftsmanship was devoured by India's finest royalty, particularly by Maharajas of the Deccan, South, Central and Carnatic India. The history of gifting culture in India, even around the world, has always been profound. Royal gifting was accorded immense importance and had become part of Raj Dharma. It continued as a living belief and was practiced in ancient and medieval periods of Hindu kings. The acts of gifting continued its legacy, and Krishniah Chetty were pioneers of that time.
We at Krishniah Chetty design unique and specialized gold, diamond and platinum jewelry, artifacts, fashion and lifestyle accessories inspired and evolved from the magnificent history of over 150 years.
1955 was a very significant year Krishniah Chetty's journey, with both the leadership passing away within a span of few months. And two young teenaged boys, Shri C.V. Hayagriv and late Shri C.V. Narayan, took the responsibility of spearheading this legacy forward. By the year 1962, Krishniah Chetty launched the city's first air-conditioned showroom at Commercial Street, renovated by Bengaluru's famed architect, late Razi Mohammed. Further too, Dr. Vinod Hayagriv took up the responsibility of establishing a state-of-the-art laboratory for testing of gemstones imported from Switzerland, Israel, and other countries. The laboratory matching the progress of global jewelry testing and manufacturing standards.
Sustaining any business over a second generation, third generation itself is a challenge. Sustaining yourself and being on top of the market after 150 years is no mean task. One of the things that I have seen is that the cogency and the cooperation of members of the family. The more there is a transparency, the more there is no conflicts, and the more there is new ideas coming onto the table, the improvement of the business takes place. So what I see is a lot of give and take, a lot of information flow freely between different mindsets, different generations. As of now, we have 3 generations working in the company. Therefore, it's not just the family, but even amongst our employees, we have the oldest employee being 80 years old who is still working with us. These are the things that make a company last. Built to last is not something that's just a cliche, but it needs a lot of effort to ensure a very accommodative and a very progressive mindset of every generation.
After the break, we look how C. Krishniah Chetty Group transitioned into the modern era with the next generation leadership, leapfrogging the growth path. C. Krishniah Chetty today sells jewelry to over 100 countries in their retail and online websites. Their personalized service has been for over 150 years now. From initially visiting the Maharajas in their palaces and to selling jewelry online by going to people's home. This transition is being led by the 6th generation and executive directors at Krishniah Chetty, Chaitanya V. Kotha, who joined the team in 2010 after completion of his formal education in the United States. He has taken up this daunting task of incorporating the historical legacy with the modern business and customer requirements.
So at CKC, what we have is a very vast design philosophy. We have a very young audience, a middle-aged audience, and a very old audience. So what we try to do is we try to make sure that we are contemporary but traditional at the same time. And the philosophy is very simple, that anything we do has to have a story, has to have something in it that's very unique. And if you see any of our products, we'll have that in almost every aspect.
Technology has transformed the modern-day consumer buying behaviors. Even so, in the luxury jewelry segment, Krishniah Chetty has been pathbreakers when it comes to introducing cutting-edge technology.
And what we did was we had to use a lot of AI, a lot of analytics to figure out how a rough stone would be able to achieve 150 odd facets. And we actually achieved it. And it took us a long time, and I'm really proud of our team who was able to achieve this. And of course, diamonds, as you can imagine, are the hardest substance in the world. And so we achieved 150 facets, and it's something that nobody's been able to achieve as of now, and we're the only company that has it.
From tracking every cent of diamond to ethical portrayal of origin of the treatment or lack of it in gemstones, to ensuring only ethically sourcing duty-paid raw materials, allowing transparent Apple's Alexa to answer customer questions, using AI to grade color of diamonds, delivering replicas of the rough diamond crystals with solitaire diamonds, to offering clients investment option in paperless gold and silver. In short, an ancient 150-year-old business that is today a vastly digitalized shopping experience platform.
C. Krishniah Chetty group of jewelers sold their diamonds during the year 1880. Today, our goal is to keep pace with the latest international diamond standards and pass them.
Being a brand with so much history, there's so much to tell. And I think today the younger audience and the new audience need to be convinced on why we are who we are. And we have evidence of what we've done in the past. And from a historical point of view, all the stories have to be out. And with that comes technology, where we are able to tie in that with from manufacturing to the actual end user. And that is how we are going to adapt to what's happening today.
The passion and panache for luxury products has been in the Krishniah Chetty for generations. In a very recent offering keeping with international trends, the brand now offers an exclusive luxury lifestyle product. Rare scents laced with real 24-karat gold flakes. Formulated and introduced by Chaitanya V. Kotha. The Eau de Perfumerie is available in 5 powerful yet subtle fragrances. For a business venture to successfully flourish for over 15 decades requires constant innovations, with a passionate team delivering pioneer products and, most importantly, maintaining loyal customer relationships.
Being a jeweler's daughter and married to a jeweler, it's God's gift to me. And I'm privileged to interact with our clients. And when in our 150th year of celebration, I met some of the old clients and the new clients. Through their conversation with them, I got to know about what Krishniah Chetty is and what it means to them.
many special programs and projects are undertaken by the group to engage with its key endearers. The launch of Crystal Museum Salon is one such initiative, a dedicated space curated for collectors, researchers, historians, designers and elite clientele at Krishniah Chetty.
Our managing director, Dr. Vinod Haigreve, is the 5th generation of the Krishniah Chetty legacy. And from the childhood, he always curious to know about the history, culture and the stories. And he's passionate about his work. And he loves whatever he puts his hands on, the masterpiece is created. And I remember when I got married, how the Krishniah Chetty showroom on Commercial Street to keep the heritage facade intact and renovate the inside, and it was a big task, but he did it.
CKC Group's commitment is to constantly help create positive, enduring change in this world. At the Krishniah Chetty Foundation, empowering people and strengthening communities are few of the primary responsibilities.
I always believing in giving back to the society, to the good cause. I wanted to give from my own earned money. So when I asked my husband, he encouraged and supported to achieve my dream. I've done my paintings on canvas, acrylic and the theme of 5 elements with the help of my guru. And then with that, here in our Krishniah Chetty, our MD, Dr. Vinod Haigreve has adopted 6 schools, government schools. And that gave me a platform to serve there also. And the children, when I see them, they're brilliant and they're talented. We have to nurture them, they'll become a beautiful human being. And from the team, from Krishniah Chetty team, we organized the Children's Day program, and everybody could see the smile on each and every one of the child. And at the pandemic time, we served the food, and I organized a Bharatanatyam in the school for girls students to learn. It was a very happy moment for the girls when we introduced Bharatanatyam.
The Krishniah Chetty has been honored with numerous accolades and awards that testify the trust shown in the brand by people through generations. Over the years, Krishniah Chetty has been a preferred brand of the luxury and fashion appreciating consumers in India. With 5 luxury showrooms and boutiques, Krishniah Chetty is trusted as a highly ethical brand which ensures every customer derives maximum value.
How I would like to take forward the 150-year-old company and the history of the business is that we have to keep adapting. We have to keep staying up to times. We have to make sure that we are evolving every day, every week, every month, every year. What we would like to do is obviously build a very strong team. Without our good teams, we can't do anything in life. So we're actually spending a lot of time and effort in really building a very, very strong team from bottom up. That's one aspect. The second aspect is also strengthen up our entire pipeline, which is from the mine to the market, where we're really getting more ethically sourced jewelry, ethically sourced gold, ethically sourced diamonds, gemstones from all over the world. So that's something that I think that we need to be very transparent about. And the other part would be also, as I mentioned earlier, would be technology, where tech will help customers shop a lot more easier, where it should not be too complicated, it should be very simple. Because today jewelry is always a very complex situation where people have to come with their families and their wives and their brothers and their sisters and whatnot. And today I think the way it's changing is that they're able to do it on their own, where technology would be required from AR, VR, and eventually let's hope we have a virtual store.
Legacy is not leaving something for people, it's leaving something in people. As their ethos say, Krishniah Chetty is committed to exceed the highest expectations while maintaining their rich tradition. The group continues to strive to further the quality of craftsmanship and ensure that the value derived by each customer is to the maximum, retaining the value systems and ethics of the old world. In order to achieve the legendary status, with contributions to society and by making clients feel they own C. Krishniah Chetty Group.